and Ed Show.
I'm here with Jared Christmas for the Brooke and Ed Show. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very well. All the best for seeing you. You're hosting the event today. How long have you been involved with this?
When they first came up with the idea, they asked me to get involved. I know Jason Norris, who's playing now.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a while, and so he asked me to get involved, and I was like, yeah, man, do it.
Cool. And you're not here for Edinburgh or?
No, I'm not. I'm heading up to Edinburgh for a couple of nights, just to do one-off sort of things, but I'm not doing a full show up there.
I saw you dancing for Comic Relief. You're probably bored of being asked this, but how did your family deal with seeing you in leotard? Were they proud?
Yeah, I guess they were proud. There's a weird thing now with my daughter. She's 2 years old, and she's seen that clip so often now that whenever she sees my wife's shoes, my wife's high heels, she points at them and goes, "Daddy's shoes." So
she's two. That's a quite momentous time. Yeah. Has she got into enjoyment of rude words yet?
There's been a couple of, she actually, instead of saying socks, she says cocks.
And see, that is quite advanced, but then she is a straight out of Jared Christmas. So that is pretty, you have to blame the parents on that one.
Absolutely, she's going straight for the funny.
And did you get to choose the song that you did for Let's Comic Relief, or did they have to give it to you? Are you allowed to say that?
No, I am allowed to say. I went in for a meeting. I took custard creams because I don't think a meeting's complete without either custard creams or bourbons, and I prefer custard creams. So anyway,
it doesn't really. I mean, bourbons, I don't know. They seem a bit like parish council biscuits.
They're like cheap digestive.
I was just saying, if someone, like a girlfriend's new parents would come out to my house, I wouldn't put bourbons out, bourbons or whatever, Suggest I think I'm aristocratic in the Spanish tradition, when really it's just a shitty biscuit no one really likes.
You put bourbon out. Put bourbon out.
Yeah, bourbon, of course. Not at 3 in the afternoon. Time, but
but I just went in and I had a couple of ideas of songs I wanted to do, and that was one of them. And they were chatting, and they were just saying, look, we've got this and this and this confirmed. And they were kind of saying we haven't got a disco-y number. And they said, we're thinking maybe something about the Bee Gees. And I was like, no, not interested. And then I said the Madonna track, and the head choreographer was like, that's an amazing track. We'll do it. And then I had to prove to them that I could actually kind of dance.
Do you have to wear sort of like a spandex kind of thing, or is it a little bit more, I don't know, something you're more comfortable in?
I went the full hog with it, but in the rehearsals I was just wearing tracksuit pants, and I got that dance down, man. I started on the Monday, and by the Thursday morning I had it down, and then they put me in high heels, and it was all over the place. Changes your sense of gravity, your centre of gravity. Yeah.
It seems to be one of those slightly things that sounds very disorientating. A bit like putting on a jumper backwards or something like that. It's just like you wonder what's wrong and then you realise.
Yeah.
But you're doing all this stuff now. It sounds brilliant. Like you really sort of direct full and stuff. So is it been worth the slog? Because I guess you've been on the circuit for a long time.
Yeah.
A disproportionately long time. Just like most people, quite a long time.
Well, I've been on the circuit over here for 11 years now, and it's a great living being a comedian on the comedy circuit. You get to travel the world doing live comedy around the world. It's a great living, but every now and then you get the opportunity to try something a little bit different in a different sort of field, and I've been fortunate enough to get that, and fortunate enough to do something that was my brother.
That is like if you do an interview next to a train station, you'll get a train every so often. If you do an interview at an Australian-based festival, you're going to have someone go,
and Kiwi.
Yeah, that was implicit.
I saw you at Leighton Live in Edinburgh last year, and I've never seen so many hecklers and stuff.
They're all comics, man.
Yeah. And I was overwhelmed how you dealt with it. Is there a point when you think, oh god, that's too much?
No, because at the end of the day, what's the worst that's going to happen, really? I think early on in my career, and I think early on in most comics' careers, you get panicky about that sort of thing. You're like, oh God, how am I going to deal with that? But, the worst that will happen is the heckler gets one up on you and you lose the crowd and you walk off the stage. So what? but you know, it's mental sparring. And late in life, what that crowd forgets is that they're really hammered, and the ones heckling are idiots anyway. And you're a comic who's been doing this for however long you have been, you know. And late in life, you know, I've by that point I've done 3 gigs. Do you know what I mean? My mind is clicked in to comedy. So, you know, it's a real joy just being able to slam idiots.
It is nice. I mean, that idea of like when you do like you double up and you triple up and quadruple up.
Yeah.
So by the final gig, you'll just sort of walk onto the stage in the same complacency because you've been on the same stage for like, you know, the last 4 hours essentially. I mean, that's really lovely. So that's
I mean, the tricky thing with that, the flip side of that is you get a bit punch drunk. As in, you know, by the 3rd gig, you're kind of like, you're doing material going, hold on, did I do this just now, or did I do it an hour ago? Do you know what I mean? So you're kind of second-guessing yourself a lot. No, but if people are heckling, then it takes that second-guessing out. You know, you get stuck into them.
That sounds amazing. So anyway, have you got, in terms of sort of tours and stuff like that, are we seeing anything coming up?
I'm doing Celebrity Mastermind.
What is the subject?
My special subject is Transformers.
That was a high five there, but it was a rather over the top one.
It wasn't a punch.
It was a performance. I know, exactly. That could be. That is like my religion's against Transformers. I like robots to stay in one configuration and not to keep more.
So are you having to study Megan Fox? Is that?
No, I'm not doing the movies. I'm doing
like a horrible euphemism.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't mind. Anyway, no, I'm doing series 1 and 2 of the Transformers 80s cartoon.
Okay. Wow.
That is a marathon.
Yeah.
And I mean in the non-physical sense. That is a proper marathon.
Yeah, there's quite a few episodes there, but you know, should be alright. I'm watching them currently now. I've got a 3-hour train ride ahead of me tonight, so there'll be hold on. There'll be about 8 episodes I can get through there.
I hope and pray that you have a PowerPoint next to your seat, your seat on the train.
Travelling first class, mate.
I didn't know that was standard.
Yeah.
Jesus. I thought it was a bit pick and mix as far as I can see.
No, look, if you get in early enough, the first class tickets can, you know. I got a first class ticket, 30 quid to Cardiff. Come on.
There we go. You see, I love how basically it started out as an interview about the festival and your career, and it's just like 2 people who travel around quite a bit. Yeah. It's just like, oh really? Oh, could you use the toilet? Does it lock on the Southwest train service?
No, someone on first class, you don't even get out of your seat. Someone comes to your seat with a cup and you wee in it. And they take it away for you.
Someone who's had like an electric, like it was hit by a lightning bolt, and they come up and you just plug into some orifice.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
You just push a button and someone arrives and they've got very soft gloves.
I hope so.
And
or maybe they
when you fall asleep and your head lolls to the side, they watch you, and after a few minutes they'll gently move your head to the other side so you don't wake up with a cramp in your neck.
That is the sort of service I'm looking for, man. As long as I
get in first class.
As long as I don't wake up mid tilt, and then I feel like they're trying to rearrange my brain.
Exactly.
I wouldn't like that.
No.
Thank you for joining us.
This has gone on some interesting tangents.
I know. Thank you for joining us on the Brooke and Ed show. Thank you so much, Joey Christmas.
Brooke and Ed, riding through the glen.